In this film, we're going to show you how to operate the portable ice maker using solid fuel. The windshield has a solid fuel grate at its base, designed to limit the size of fire. The idea is to heat the ice maker gently in just over 1 hour to 300 psi. It is important to use only the heater provided. Never use a blowtorch or fierce fire. The windshield can be used with a kerosene or gas heater or any solid fuel, such as charcoal, dried animal dung, or brushwood. When the fire is established and the initial flames have died down, the ice maker is placed over the heat with its finned condenser in the cooling water. Heating boils the ammonia out of the ammonia water solution, and the pressure starts rising. The operator continues stoking to maintain a rapid pressure rise to 100 psi, after which the rate of pressure rise slows down, but the operator continues stoking to maintain a rising pressure. The pressure time curve shows that the pressure should be at 100 psi in a quarter of an hour, 200 psi in half an hour, and 230 psi in 3/4 of an hour. If it has taken less than 3/4 of an hour to reach 230 psi, for example, the operator can slow the process down with the aim of reaching 300 psi in 1 hour. When he stops stoking, the pressure stops rising, and when he is ready, he can stoke again until the needle reaches the blue zone. The ice maker is removed from the heat before the needle reaches the red zone. As soon as the ice maker is quenched in the cooling water, the pressure goes down rapidly, and this reduction in pressure causes the liquid ammonia collected in the condenser to re-vaporize, drawing in heat from its surroundings, which is used to make ice. The curve shows how quickly the pressure drops after 300 psi as soon as it starts cooling, and it's down to 50 psi in 5 minutes and about 20 psi in 10 minutes. At this stage, the cooling water will have been warmed to around 50 degrees C, so it is worth putting the ice maker into a second bucket of cold water to speed up the ice making cycle. With the condenser in the insulated vaccine carrier, which contains just sufficient water to make ice, and the two-part lid provided in the kit closing the top of the vaccine carrier, it only remains to wait for 1.5 hours to see how much ice has been made. The quantity of ice made depends mainly on the cooling water temperature. We have made as much as 1,200 grams, but more usually about 800 grams at 20 degrees C and about 500 grams at 30 degrees C ambient. That looks like about 500 grams. By tilting the ice maker to pour warm liquid into the condenser, the ice in contact with the fins will melt. With 500 grams of ice, the vaccine carrier is now ready to keep vaccines in good condition for 8 hours or more. What we have shown you is that the operator can quite easily stoke the fire using wood and can control the heat. He has to aim to stoke the fire with no large flames licking out of the top of the windshield, and to reach 100 psi in 15 minutes and 200 psi in 30 minutes. And finally, he aims to reach 300 psi in about an hour. At that stage, the ice maker pressure gauge needle will be pointing at the blue zone, and he can take it off the heat before it's pointing at the red zone. And of course, while he's stoking, he can see the pressure gauge quite easily.